Mr. Y'all girls break this up and go to class. Like he's finally got a piece of evidence here that might make him look a little different. You know what I'm saying?
So homie was getting beat up by a white girl. Wild.
We don't promote that type of institutionalized thought process because, like I said, it's all fun and games until your ex is chasing you down 6 blocks. It's all fun and games until you got to run away from a girl that, you know what I'm saying, you could really get out of the way, but you don't. You know what I'm saying? It could really be different.
This video just shows its cameras everywhere, like everywhere. Lol SMH.
Speaking from experience, I've ran from women before. My sister used to chase me all the time. Chill. So let me see this. There's other stuff too that I need to look at. Shut up, bro.
You're always punk.
Shut up, Nick. Just shut up. So we see 2 SUVs pulling up. Well, 1 truck, 1 SUV. Guess this one has nothing to do with the situation. There's a driver, Mr. Majors, and his girlfriend, Jabari, in the car all at the exact same time. I'm giving you a play-by-play rundown, right? As we can see, they exit the vehicle, right? I don't know why they exit the vehicle. For some strange reason, security footage decided to clip apart. And I don't know exactly what made them exit the building or exit the vehicle. What was happening based off of a prior testimony was basically that there were text messages and there was an argument over a girl that potentially Johnathan Majors was talking to. Driver supposedly said that this was what happened and that she was attacking him in the backseat of the car. That's what made them exit the vehicle. But she said that there were, you know what I'm saying, lacerations or bruising done to her either face or her ear, maybe some choking involved too. I might just be completely cap on the choking, who knows. But yeah, that's what was supposedly reported I think around 6 to 8 months ago, something like that. But we see here he's exiting the vehicle, putting her back in the vehicle, trying to close the door, trying to leave the situation, and she's not going for it. They're in the middle of the street, it looked like. He's trying to get out. The car door is still open. Driver looking like probably, what the fuck? Now I got to get out of my driver door side and go all the way around to close your door. Am I still being paid for this? Do I still got to drop y'all off? What's happening? That's how I'm feeling in this situation. What do I do at this point if I'm the driver? Do I go home? Do I follow y'all? I don't even know where y'all going. It's construction down there. I can't even go with y'all for real. NYC going crazy, right? So they get out and they're walking together for a second. It looked like she's still like latching herself on to bro. Crazy, right? I thought that this was a bit too. I didn't even know he was dressed like this day. I thought it was all a joke or all like a plot to be involved in some like major role, but he really dressed like this. It's crazy, right? So boom, we still going. He just take off running. She take off running after him. I know she not going to get, you know what I'm saying, that type of distance on him either, because she wearing heels, it looked like. He about to dust her shit, right? Immediately. Only thing he breaking on this woman's body is her ankles. That's what I'm seeing so far. Boom, boom, stiff arm, run. He's running like 12 years a slave at this point, right? Off the movie. I don't remember who that dude's name was, but he running crazy, right? At this point. It's ironic that he's running from a white woman, which is wild as fuck. But he's going, boom, stiff arm, boom. They gone. They running. They leaving. She's chasing him still. He's going. And I want to add, this is an insane, like, it looked like he's running like out of a time capsule. Like, if there was any type of plot that any kind of director wanted to write and they wanted to star Johnathan Majors as that role, this easily looked like a slave came to the wrong time dimension and he's just going full speed. No hate on him. I'm just saying the dress, the attire, bro. It looked like very Theodore Roosevelt associated. That's what I'm saying. I used to march with MLK type shit. That's all I'm saying. But he gone.
I'm glad
down a couple blocks.
Cause I wasn't feeling how the media was making him look crazy.
Down a couple blocks.
Destroyed his career before it really got started. When it's said and done, homie might need an apology.
We still got to ask some questions though. But this is it looks very good on his side. I will say that. So boom. I wanted to add, even though he's running away from this woman, you know how crazy it was when I was seeing this? I'm thinking, yo,
Jordan Peele rubbing his hands together right now.
He is. I'm thinking, yo, even though he running away, it's just so crazy how I could probably look at the situation and still think that the nigga guilty out of context, just seeing a random man running from a woman. Because I'm just like, wait, what did you do to make her chase you. That's like your first instinct a lot of the times. Like, oh, why you running? You just don't probably assume that, you know what I'm saying? He's the victim to anything in this situation, you know? Boom, we running still. She's going crazy. And at this point, I'm thinking you got to be drunk because why are you running after somebody in high heels? I just couldn't imagine it, right? She not paying no attention to traffic. He going across the street at this point. He like, I got to get away. They behind me. Is she wearing heels? She got heeled boots. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not comfortable. Her shit swollen. Okay, you don't want, this isn't optimal running conditions. So boom, he's going down this way, trying to get out of the way. She's still chasing him. She getting her man. It's over. It's over. My man is running for his life. And I know it's cold. Look at his run. I'm trying to figure out where bro was going. Wait, did he just, I think he 360'd her ass. Because isn't this where they started off? Or am I tripping? Were there bikes there? No, this isn't where they started off. Wait, this might be where they started off. I don't remember. She gave up. Bro playing Fears to Fathom. Chill. So it looked like she's talking to some random people. At this point, she probably don't got nothing on her. Probably don't got her cell phone. She probably left it in the car. Maybe, maybe not. Probably asking for help or asking if they could call the police. Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't assume that would be her first instinct. But it looked like she explaining it to some randoms. Which, like I said, if nothing happened in the backseat of the car, puts the other person who might be coming back or strolling back in a real dangerous position because these niggas might be on some hero shit and try to knock a nigga out. Who knows? So I don't know who she's asking for them to talk to or call. It looked like they probably, you know what I'm saying, trying to do a police type of call, type of situation. Can't ascertain much from that. Here come Majors back down the block because I think he probably at this point spooked that she talking to people. Like he might assume in his head that she probably telling up her own concoction of a story, and maybe that's why he came back. If I actually get away from her at this point, I'm just going home. I'm leaving her ass at this point. But he came back. They see him, and I'm immediately thinking to myself, okay, so she gave a description because this dude immediately looked back, saw him, and knew to be on standby immediately. So she already gave a description of what he looked like and everything. That's how I'm feeling. Boom, he walking back. They talking. She grabbing her. Like, I don't know. It looked like one of those situations, if I could look at her hands. I'm not a psychoanalysis. I'm not a body language expert or nothing like that, but she holding on to her. So what I'm gathering from this is the conversation probably went like, we were fighting in the back seat, and they just assumed that this nigga violent immediately. Like I said, I don't know what happened in the back seat. I only can go by what the driver said. The driver said that she hit him in the backseat. They was fighting over the phone or whatever the case may be. So I don't know. But they holding on. It looked like she probably explained him as a violent person.
Being in his shoes that night, I quote, I'll think not to do, as my career could have been detrimental.
As a black man myself, being in his shoes that night, I don't know what I think I'll do, as my career could have been detrimental. I probably would have just went home. Like this right here, it look a little like, you know, it indicates to me that they have the impression of him that he's probably violent. Like you could see them all clutching their pearls, basically. You feel me? I wouldn't come back either. I think, and I could be crazy, but I think he probably did that to get her to walk away from them. Which again, it speaks kind of insane to me because at that point, I think I might be crazy, but I think I would want the police to be involved in this at this point. At this point, I would want the police to be involved because this little thing right here, it looks strange only because like why I could just leave you. The texts were incriminating on his part. What do the texts say? Like this right here, like if my girl is chasing me down 6 blocks and I know she wants me, the best way for me to get her away from the people that she's talking to is for me to show my face again and get her to walk away from them so she can now follow me, even though I was just running full speed away from this woman. You feel me? That's what makes it look awkward. I don't want to involve the police, don't get me wrong, but as far as record and documentation and me reaching out first, I think it looks better in the long run if I'm thinking about my career. So boom, he just keeps going. It looked like he trying to get her away from them. Yeah, that was definitely like a try to do a big brain type move right there, and that makes it look bad. It makes it look bad. This apparently is footage from, I would assume, the next day. Yeah, the nigga looked mad as fuck. He looked pissed off. I mean, like I said, I would be pissed off too, but like I said, if you're trying to be calculated about this, it still look a little funky. That last little move, this right here makes him look strange. After running 6 blocks, I'm coming back to lead you away from the people that you're trying to get help from. Quote unquote help. I don't know what she said, but it indicates to me they think he's violent at this point. That's the only thing that makes it look horrible. This is apparently the next day. And this is where the article says that Johnathan Majors thought that she was trying to take her own life after their messy breakup. I'm assuming that this is the next day. Maybe I'm strange.
Instead of seeing two people, most likely a couple, going through something, instead it's an aggressive black man who did something wrong automatically.
Yeah, but I feel like if we take the black and white out of this situation, and I do get what you're saying, this is why I do say to most people, you should probably get with someone who's on the same level of understanding of you as to how a lot of the time black men and sometimes black women can be perceived when it comes to matters of like criminal activity, or they think some public dispute is going wrong. You should be wary of the person that you're with, because they should know how to deal with that if it comes up, without you necessarily having to have this big blown out conversation about it, which is what he ultimately ended up having with her on this other thing that I'm gonna show you in a second. But this, I think, is the next day where he's talking about I guess he's contacting police because he thinks that she tried to do something to herself after their breakup. So I would assume this would be the next day. They obtained 911 call that Johnathan made the day he was arrested. And he says he's calling for an attempted suicide. In the audio, Johnathan says the building doorman helped him get inside, where he found Grace passed out in his closet. He says she's naked from the waist down, appears to be unconscious, and had a cut behind her ear. So based off what happened, I wouldn't assume that he gave her the cut on the back of the ear. I wouldn't assume that. Based off their interaction, based off what happened, I think it's very unlikely that he gave her that cut. But like I said, that don't mean that I don't think that there's some other type of situation that had happened or occurred, but I don't think he gave her this laceration behind the ear, especially if she's quote unquote passed out on the floor. And that's what he says that he saw when he got in. Apparently, I don't know what happened in the space in between where he called and when they got there, but I'm just going based off what I think is most likely. What about Hannah Payne? Who is Hannah Payne? Let me see. What is this? Oh yeah, I need to look at the text messages too, because I didn't see those either. God damn it! See, this is what. Look, first, okay, you gonna see this on video, right? This wasn't me. I got linked this and I never closed the tab. All right, chill. It's not what it looks like. This is why you limit the all right, bro. Chill. Just relax. I had nothing to do with that. I'm not lying. You all saw me. All right, bro. It's whatever, bro. I don't have nothing to explain. I don't even have to explain myself, for real. Chill. Bruises, because those look bad still regardless. It says they'll stay on the line until the first responders arrive. He seemed concerned about Grace. The dispatcher asks him if she has fallen, but he's unsure. As we reported, the NYPD officers also responded and testified that when Grace woke up, she was asked how she'd gotten there and asked if Majors was there or if he was outside, seemingly worried. She asked how she got there. So I don't know if she got drunk crazy the night before, went out, came to his apartment, fell out in the closet near the bathroom. She's supposedly naked. I don't know. I don't see anything oh wait, here, okay, it's the finger. That's what it is. I don't doubt that if y'all are fighting over a phone that your finger got injured or clamped up, slammed in the door, hit something. I really don't know. So can't say. Once again, the evidence don't look like it's in your favor. That doesn't mean that he didn't touch you, but the evidence from what I've seen don't look like it's in your favor. You're going to have to convince the jury on that one. Grace told cops Johnathan had attacked her following a dispute that night, and he ended up being arrested. And it looked like, from the video, he was being chased. But again, that little tactic that he did at the end looked a little shaky. That's all on that front. I don't know what this article is supposed to say. If they have links to text messages, evidence includes text messages in which Majors threatened to kill himself. Audio recording of an argument. I haven't listened to the audio recording yet. The text messages are from September and discuss a prior incident from when they were a couple. So this is before, this predates even the chasing altercation. And I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. They will ask you questions, and as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation, even if you do lie and they suspect something. I fear you have no perspective what could happen if you go to the hospital. To me, that implies there's an injury right here. You know, so this first message is very damning if it's from September 2022, which predates this next altercation. There's already an injury. I will tell the doctor I bumped my head. If I go, I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I want to tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? I feel you want to be together, as in to not embarrass yourself for everything you said to your friends and family. Last night I considered killing myself versus coming home. You said you needed love last night and I put my feelings aside and tried to give you that. I need love too. Or maybe I'm such a monster and horrible man that I don't deserve it and should just off myself. This way of existence is miserable. I want to die. Okay. So this looks really bad. Wait, why is all this blacked? I will not go to the doctor if you don't feel safe with me doing so or don't trust me to. I promise I will never mention you, but I understand your fear. Okay, so this looks really bad. So I immediately, the video, looking at video only, it looked like it kind of, puts him in best case scenario. But I don't know why. And now it kind of, everything kind of makes sense. If I'm to assume that these text messages are authentic, and they were presented by her.
If your partner is acting crazy and acting out physically towards themselves or another person, I would be frozen in time like WTF.
Yeah, but it looked like in this case, there is no physical evidence that links whatever injuries that are discussed in these text messages to either of them. So this is almost like it never happened. Does it paint a picture? 100%. If these are real, looks really damning. But how do you prove it in court? It looks very damning. I mean, you could put two and two together and be like, okay, yeah, like this clearly indicates physical and emotional abuse immediately. I will not go to the doctor if you feel safe with me. If you don't feel safe with me doing so or don't trust me to, I promise I will never mention you, but I understand your fear. You can't reject love if there's no real love. It's just lip service. I gave you love last night and this morning before I got out of bed. When you got up, you were not full of love at all. It didn't feel like it. You could have just given me a hug or walked close to me or asked me if you could give me a hug, not the other way around. This is just too much. It works both ways.
That's why I'm way more inclined to believe what was shown in video. That can't be faked. Texts are way harder to read between the lines.
Well, I don't think there's much reading in between the lines you got to do for this. Because this very clearly puts him in a position to where some type of injury happened to this woman beforehand that he didn't want her to go to the doctor for. If I'm to believe that this is real, and she basically walked it off or said, all right, I'm a thug it out, even though my nigga beat my ass. That's what that reads like. But the problem with this is if you don't have any physical pieces of evidence to prove that this happened, it's basically null and void. It don't mean nothing in court anyway. But it does help to paint the picture of him that you want to be painted, which is, okay, he's abusive. You feel me? You can still believe the video, but if it's me and this situation has happened before, we've had a history of violence in our relationship, it looks best on my point or my on me for me to plan ahead, knowing that this could happen again and I don't want to lose my temper. I'm going to make sure I'm seen in public running away from you. But that last bit just adds to the point of why you're trying to lead her away from people. That just looks bad.
What's crazy is
that just looks bad.
Weren't evidence at first.
So what, he provoked her into doing it is what you're saying? I'm having trouble reading the way that's read out. It's just the Twitch voice that fucked me up just now. I'm a monster, horrible man, not capable of love. Yeah, whatever, bro. You still here. Johnathan, you can't say this. I'm going to have to call someone. I'm sorry for not hugging you. I love you so much, obviously. What do you mean you've put this in motion? And from the earlier text messages that the lawyer released way back when, like 8 months ago, I remember reading that and I was thinking to myself, this reads kind of like Stockholm Syndrome, where the person is always in like an apologetic context, the one who's been abused, basically always saying, sorry, it's my fault, I won't do it again, blah, blah, blah. This still reads like that. I'm not going to lie. The video looks great for him publicly, but if you're not reading any more of this than just the video, then I can see how you might think, all right, yeah, nope, no harm, no foul. He got out of it. But this still looked horrible. Like, I thought that I was going to look at this assuming that he was just good to go. But this looks bad still. This still looks bad.
Also, if he's abusive, wouldn't his original reflex be to strike her down?
No.
Running wouldn't be my reaction if my game is hurting my partner.
No.
By the way, this is all devil's advocate, but gotta look at all sides.
No. What that reads is that your original reflex when you're in private might be that. But when you're in public, your driver is in the front seat. There are all types of people around. I'm not trying to make a scene. I'm a public person at this point. I just did Creed 3. I just did all these movies. Like, I gotta make sure I'm not seen doing nothing that look crazy. I know I'm in public, so I gotta act perfect right now. So I'm not surprised of anybody's actions when they're in a public place being like somewhat sensible. But what's done in private is a different situation. And these text messages paint him in a different light behind closed doors versus when he's in the presence of the general public. That's why it looks bad or it looks nasty.
I know it's possible, but it mind boggles me that my career could be over because of someone bringing the worst out of me, SMH.
This don't look like... What people got to understand is nobody can bring the worst out of you unless the worst is in you. Like, whenever someone says that whole, like, we're not good together, like, I believe that we can't be good together sometime, but, like, if it's not in you to do a thing, you're not going to do said thing. So you lying to a girl and telling her that you about to end your life to get her to do what you want, you trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, beat on them in private. If that's not in your being, you will never do those things. You can't be pushed to be a person that you're not. That's basically what I'm saying. So if it's in you, you're going to do it. If it's not, it's never happened. In addition to these text messages, a clip from the 2022 argument between Majors and Jabari was released from court. During this clip, he tells her about this other stuff. Okay, so here's the clip, I think. If they're going to make me watch an ad first. That's so crazy. What is this? Oh, you got the clip? So I don't have to watch an ad? Fuck yes. That's fine. And so at this point, I guess this might be her trying to... I don't know if this is a gathering of evidence on her part or if she's trying to protect him because of what the text messages said before.
90% true, but humans are capable of anything. Got to remember that, under pressure.
Nah, I don't think so. I think everybody has their own lane, and I definitely think that you can do things in certain situations that you didn't think that you would do. But I'm talking about in the sense of a girl pushing me to a point where I'm basically giving her injury to a point where I'm telling her that she got to cover it up. Don't go to the police.
No, you right, Sean. It's just the seeing red stuff be crazy when you in the moment.
Oh, of course. I didn't see red. Don't get me wrong. But I know who can take red. This sounds so cringe, but who can take red and who I should walk away from is basically what I'm trying to say. And some people that I think can take red can't even take red. You got to very carefully, especially when you grown. I can see you doing this, like I said, or doing something dumb when you were a kid or you don't have that type of control.
I would pretend to die and dress up as another person on some Mission Impossible type shit just for her.
I would pretend to die. What are you talking? That's not what I meant. That's why I said it's gonna sound bad, but you know what I mean. Like, some people can take it, and you should be able to filter through who can take that and who can't. Is what I'm trying to say. Red is crazy. So this is 2022, a 2022 conversation.
This is actually, period. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you really though, baby? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan? I would like to get to the point where your friends know what job I'm on and go, I think Grace is gonna be out of commission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't.
No. Do you understand that? Because that team, that unit, right? Grace has to be in a certain mindset to support Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife.
Me having to explain to my girl who Coretta Scott King is number one is just insane. I'm just sorry, bro. Like, if I gotta ask, like, you know who that is, that means that we're in such culturally different places that we should probably not even do this. You know what I'm saying? He said, you know who that is? Like, y'all have never talked about that before? That's insane to me. And I get it. Like, you're not just walking around talking about like figures like that with your girl and everything like that. I understand that. But like, to a point where you're like, you know who that is? That just sounds crazy. Where did you find this woman?
Lol, this sound like a script reading for a movie. Lol, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Barack Obama's wife.
Barack Obama wife.
I know. I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm
No,
sorry.
let me just lay it out for you, right? If I'm just gonna say this. My temper, my shit, my trauma, blah, all that said, right? And let's say I'm a great man, a great man.
Remember, good people don't call themselves good people, chat. Okay, I will say that. Good or great people do not sell themselves at all. A product that speaks for itself never has to sell itself. I will say that.
I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. That's real. I'm not being a dick about it. I didn't ask for it. I've worked, and that's the situation.
My nigga, you are in Marvel movies. And I get it. You are inspirational to a large community. And there probably are or were people, you know, young that were looking up and saying, yo, this, you know what I'm saying? This could be a good dude. I don't think the influence that he was speaking to, like, is the volume or level of impact. Like, I feel like there is a certain level of prima donna. I don't want to go as far as to use narcissist because it's such a annoying buzzword to me right now. But, like, there is a certain level of prima donna that is required to be, like, you know, big. Or at least at the level that I think he thinks that he is in his mind. But I think it also blinds you to anybody else in existence where you only focus on your own needs or your own wants. And so this might actually put him in an even worse position. Like I said, just listen from the audio. He still don't look good. I'm waiting for a piece of evidence to be brought to me that makes him look like just like a renounding. He did nothing. He did everything right. There's no cause for concern. I'm not looking at him weird. Like, that's what I'm waiting for. But every single piece that's been presented to me still has me looking at him with a question mark. It's just kind of wild. You can, like, I'm not saying he compared himself, but you're describing this as if you're on the same mission as the people that you're speaking of, and it's just totally not the same thing.
The woman that supports me, that I support, that needs to be a great woman and make sacrifices the way that man is making for her and for them ultimately. Last night, 2 nights ago, you did not do that. You did not do that.
I'm sorry.
Which took away from the plan. And the plan is everything. If it was just you in the house drunk, maybe I could have swallowed it. Or I would have felt bold enough like, hey, let's just go to bed. Which I said, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm not hungry, blah, 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 blah. Because Grace isn't here. Why? She was drunk. Why else? She was clogged by whatever was going on. You know what I mean? Fine. I can take that. Fine. Could be doing right.
Yeah. So that's the audio. You've seen the texts. You've seen the video. I really did. You know what I'm saying? I came into this with an open mind. I did. Just me knowing that the video existed. I was like, all right, I'm gonna give bro a chance. This could go in his favor easily, but it looks bad still. It still look bad. It sound bad still. Damn. Give me a silver lining, please. Give me a silver lining. Dude literally could have just broken off with her. If I feel like if I'm at the point in our relationship where this type of conversation needs to be had, we're not having this conversation. You feel me? It's just as simple as like, all right, at this point, I'm doing my own thing. I'm a rising individual, rising star. I care about you. I'll even break you off something as being my lady for a little while, to be fair. But I got to continue this journey the rest on my own, bro. It just is what it is. That's if I'm a dude that doesn't have any secrets. Yeah, I'm going to do my own thing. That's if I'm someone that has no secrets. Because if this girl and me got a history and she knows some things about me, I actually might have to take her along for the ride because she might go and reveal some things later. So now I don't know if that was the reason you stayed with her for so long. Now I got more questions. You never fully know. It's just bad all across the board. It looks bad. It looks bad. It sounds bad. I went on my trending the little trending page right here. I just really, and this is just like I said, another example of why you don't get your information gathering from like social media, because if you just read a few tweets, you will go beyond this just assuming that nothing wrong happened. There's no context, very little clips, no links to articles. It's just clips and memes. Like I keep telling people, social media is the worst place to gather genuine, up-to-date information. People just don't care about like the truth, or people don't care about getting to the truth. I will say that they don't care about getting to the truth, because this is insane. You know how long, like how much time I had to spend scrolling to get to like, how long do we got to scroll to get to an article? A link to a written anything, a link to the thing, to the fucking, what do you call it? The prosecution report or whatever it's called. Like, I got nothing. Just scrolling endlessly, no information. Shit crazy. You not finding that shit? Oh my God. Shit is wild.
Alright Sean, let's hear your step-by-step plan/guide if you was in his shoes, lol.
Well, I wouldn't be in his shoes, to be fair. I will be honest with you. The worst a girl has ever done to me in a situation like this is throw a plate at me. But that was because, and I'm pretty sure I told y'all about that. That was when I was like 19 or 18 years old. And this girl got mad at me because I said that I didn't want to fuck after we got done with whatever we was doing at that time. And she threw a plate at the back of my head. It didn't hit me, but it broke up against the wall. But I just left the house. You feel me? And there was nothing that she could have said about me or done or called police or nothing like that. But like, that's the most physical a situation has ever gotten in that regard. If you're asking me how I would have handled this situation, I don't think I do handle that situation. I'm not fighting a girl in the back seat over my phone. Cause I don't think I have. It's gonna sound fucked up, and I don't want men to walk around with this mentality, but I do feel like, and not saying that you can't be extremely unlucky and get with a girl that's just gonna, you know what I'm saying, try that with you, but I feel like oftentimes women follow what the relationship has established itself as. So, at least in my thoughts, if I've never done that to a girl I'm with, then she's not doing that to me, generally speaking. Not in all cases, but generally, if you're getting hit on in a relationship and you're a man, a lot of the time the relationship has established itself as something like that. You feel me? But I'm just not doing that. I couldn't be in this situation. I don't think I could. And if it is, I'm definitely getting myself into a public place. That's all I can say. I'm gonna get myself into a public place. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna ask for help. I'm gonna make sure people see. I'm not gonna touch her. I'll restrain her, but that's all you could do. He should have left from the start. Why he pushing her back into the car is weird. It wasn't optimal.